For over 3,000 years, Janakpur has served as a repository for the identity of the Mithila people. As the ancient capital of the Videha Kingdom and the birthplace of Goddess Sita, the city's footprint is etched deep into the geography of the Hindu epic, the Ramayana. But the physical evidence of this history is surprisingly fragile. Recently, at a site known as the 52 Bea Maidan, archaeologists uncovered the remains of ancient homes and earthenware buried just beneath the surface of a common grazing field. Despite the significance of the find, the site was almost lost. Local authorities had actually proposed converting this specific archaeological zone into a municipal dumping ground, a plan only halted by the immediate protests of local residents. Human neglect is often compounded by nature. In 1934, a massive earthquake shattered the region's physical infrastructure, leveling historic brick structures and burying centuries of architectural detail under mountains of rubble. When buildings crumble and history is paved over, a culture faces a choice. To keep their identity from being erased, the people of Janakpur had to move their heritage out of the soil and into practices that could adapt to a changing world. This adaptation began on the walls of village homes. For generations, Mithila art was a private, domestic practice. Using simple twigs, women would paint complex patterns onto mud walls to sanctify their homes for marriages and religious festivals. It was never intended for an outside audience. The artists used natural dyes extracted from flowers, clay, and soot, materials that were designed to eventually return to the earth. That privacy was broken by the 1934 earthquake. As the outer walls of homes collapsed, the vibrant murals hidden within the domestic quarters were suddenly exposed to the foreign relief workers and researchers who arrived to survey the damage. By the 1960s, local women recognized a way to turn this exposure into a means of survival. During periods of severe drought, they transferred their designs from temporary mud walls to commercial paper and canvas. This move didn't just preserve the art, it changed its status. Mithila painting evolved from a localized ritual into a recognized economic force, providing women with a source of income that was no longer tied to the physical survival of their village homes. The same pressure to adapt applied to the Gijia dance. Traditionally, this was a protective ritual, a performance intended to ward off negative forces and shield local children from harm. The performance was physically demanding. Dancers balanced clay pots perforated with dozens of holes on their heads, with a live lamp flickering inside. To maintain the ritual's efficacy, it was performed at night and kept strictly hidden from public view. However, as the community shifted toward modern education, the traditional beliefs that necessitated the dance began to fade. Without its original protective function, Gijia was pushed to the edge of extinction. To save the practice, cultural activists took a radical approach. They removed the veil of secrecy. They began organizing public workshops and festivals, transforming a hidden ritual into a shared celebration of Mithila identity. Today, Gijia is no longer a solitary act in the dark. During the annual Gijia Mahotsav, hundreds of women perform together on massive, brightly lit stages in front of thousands of spectators. By letting the public in, the community ensured that the movements and songs of the dance would be passed to the next generation. They proved that the surest way to protect a tradition is to make it visible. This map of the Ramayana circuit shows what's at stake. Janakpur now serves as an essential destination for a massive pilgrimage network connecting India and Nepal. This justified major infrastructure projects, including a direct railway line moving thousands of travelers across the border. The Janakpur Dham railway station is the modern entry point for this network, physically linking the city's ancient core to a global audience. Travelers arrive to see sites like the 1910 Janaki Mandir. Ennobled by its living culture, the temple stands as a testament to the city's resilience. Janakpur survives because it refuses to be a static relic of the past. Moving its art into the market, its dances onto the stage, and its history into modern networks, the city proves that a culture's greatest strength is its ability to evolve.